Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? I'm Kennedy Stanley, a May 2025 graduate of UAPB, our beloved university. Thank you. I'm honored to serve as your MC, or your Mistress of Ceremony, tonight. As a student, I majored in rehabilitation services, and I currently aspire to attend medical school and hopefully become an OB/GYN and specialize in women's health. Thank you. I'm also a proud scholarship recipient at the university, and tonight is especially meaningful because it celebrates the very impact that those scholarships make. On behalf of Dr. Andrea Stewart, our intern chancellor, and the entire UAPB family, welcome to the Chancellor Spring Soiree. Before we begin, let's take a moment to thank our generous Excel sponsors: CDI Contractors, the Design Group, Jefferson Comprehensive Care Systems, Jefferson Regional Hospital, Perry and Vivian Stuckey, and Simmons Bank. Please take a moment to look at your program to see all of our sponsors and donors whose investment helps students like me pursue our dreams. We have several food stations and hors d'oeuvres for you to enjoy tonight. Feel free to step outside into the hallway or to the side of the room at any time to enjoy them. Now, with that being said, let's begin our evening of inspiration, talent, and excellence. To officially set the tone for tonight's celebration, please welcome one of our fellow Golden Lions, a student who exemplifies the excellence that we are here to honor tonight. Offering the occasion, please welcome Shaheed Evans.
How's everybody doing today? First and foremost, thank you, Kennedy, for introducing me. Good evening, distinguished guests, alumni, faculty, staff, and fellow scholars. My name is Shaheed Evans, as Kennedy said. I recently graduated here from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, earning my bachelor degree arts major. Earning my bachelor of arts degree in multimedia production, specializing in broadcast news. So yeah, it was pretty interesting being here all 4 years. But that's beside the point. It is my profound honor to stand before you tonight to present this occasion for your this year's Chancellor Spring Soiree. This is a night filled with elegance, gratitude, and purpose. We gather here not just to celebrate, but to give thanks. This is an event more than a beautiful evening. It's a reflection of hope, opportunity, and the power of giving. As a proud recipient of the Bristol Myers Scholarship, I am a living proof that your generosity changes lives. This evening, we come to recognize the vision of our Chancellor, the commitment of our donors, and the bright future of scholars, just as I was. We have to come together to uplift and invest in the next generation of leaders, innovators, and trailblazers. Students who are dreaming bigger because someone believed in them. This story is a moment for us to honor the journey, celebrate our progress, and renew our promise to open doors for those who will walk in the path next. So let us enjoy this evening with full hearts, knowing that each dollar given, each hand extended, and each word of encouragement shared truly matters. Welcome to the Chancellor Scholarship Soiree, where excellence meets opportunity and dreams take flight. Thank you. I'm Shaheed Evans.
Thank you, Shaheed, for those inspiring words. Now, let's keep this energy flowing with a special performance by Keith Savage and the Weapon Band. Let's give them a round of applause.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one you see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love, that's all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. It's okay to clap your hands. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one you see. Feel very, very extraordinary. He is even more than anyone you can know. That's all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game. True love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love is for you to look at me. Oh, it's for the only one you see. Feel very, very extraordinary. Is even more than anyone can know. That's all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game or two. True love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Yeah. Love was made for me and you. Yeah. Love was made for me and you.
I'll remind you once again, please don't forget about the lovely food that has been prepared for you tonight. If you haven't already enjoyed your meal, please take a moment and grab your plate. Now, we're pleased to welcome to the stage a UAPB alum and outstanding microbiologist. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Chancellor.
Thank you, Kennedy, for that warm introduction. Good evening and warm salutations to all you esteemed attendees. I am Chancellor, a proud graduate of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff 2015, where I graduated and earned my Bachelor of Science degree in biology. I'm here to speak about the impact and action of what you all's generous donations and what you all's generous wallets have done for us and how we have gone out into the world and made an impact in our respective industries. Just to give you a little background, I was born in Monroe, Louisiana, and my parents decided to move us here to Arkansas a little after that. And I grew up around the atmosphere of the university, and as it became my senior year in high school, we were discussing the choices that I was going to make in regards to where I was going to attend school, because I'm a third generation college student, so it was not an option to skip out on our education. So we had to make a choice and a decision. I could either go into our family school, Grambling, or I had to pick another HBCU. They were determined that I was going to attend an HBCU. And I'm so glad they made me make that decision, because when I was immersed here at this university, I got to experience 4 years of attending a school that was made for me, by people like me, and it enriched my life in ways I couldn't even imagine. I received an academic scholarship to attend here, and it was very needed and wanted, because my parents, even though they were done well for themselves, they had 3 children attending college at the same time. When I entered in freshman year, my sister was leaving in 2012 Grambling State, where she earned her degree in business. My brother was a rising sophomore, and I was coming in as a freshman. They had 3 children back to back attending college. So needless to say, the wallet was stretched, nerves were on edge, so scholarships definitely helped. Also, I received a scholarship from Ms. Dorothy Figmont, who helped guide and aid my ability to achieve my goal. And so now to brag about myself, what I've done after graduation, I've lived all over the state. I mean, not all over the state, all over the country. And where I finally landed now, where I've been for about almost 3.5 years, I am now a microbiologist for L'Oreal USA, the USA branch of L'Oreal Paris. I'm working for one of the top cosmetic companies in the world and one of the top companies in the Fortune 500. That is what this university can produce and send out into the world and navigate those types of environments. Even though I was immersed with my beautiful culture and my beautiful people, I'm now navigating the world of corporate, also the world of sciences, where very few people look like me, but I've been able to be put in a position where I can help and extend a hand to allow those to come with me on that journey. I've recently been able to help a PhD candidate. Well, she's now a PhD, Dr. Alyssa. She will be working with R&I and L'Oreal pretty soon. So this is something I've been able to reach out and extend from my position. I've also been able to reach back. And those scholarships that you all put in place upon us, we are able to keep that network going and keep that giving going. I'm sorry, hold on my notes. So please know that you all's generous donations and you all's funds are being put to good use here at this university. We are appreciative and we thank you. Please continue to enrich the lives of those who come after me and those who need a little assistance. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. Castle, for sharing your story and your experience. As I mentioned earlier, I'm one of many students who has benefited from scholarships during my time at our beloved university. As an incoming freshman, I was rewarded the Chancellor Scholarship. Now, at that time, I didn't know what that meant. I just knew that meant out of high school I had a good GPA and a good ACT score. And I soon realized that meant that I would get to enjoy 4 years at this university with my full tuition and expenses paid for, and I would graduate earlier this month debt-free. I was also a recipient of 2 alumni endowment scholarships during my time as a student. So I encourage alumni to continue providing those scholarships to students and continue changing lives. I'm sure if I wouldn't have received my scholarships that my experience would have been much different, and I'm forever grateful to have such a positive financial experience while earning my degree. Now, you'll hear another powerful story from a student, Kennedy Abanihe, whose journey will inspire you. Please give him a round of applause and join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Thank you, Kennedy. My name is Kennedy, by the way, or Kennedy. Good evening, everyone. I'll be sharing my story tonight. Good evening, Chancellor Stewart, distinguished guests, faculty, students, donors, and friends of the university. My name is Kennedy Abanihe, and it's an honor to stand before you tonight, not only as a proud UAPB student, but as a reflection of what this university makes possible. My journey began in Lagos, Nigeria, East and West Africa, where I left home at a very young age to pursue a dream of becoming a doctor. I enrolled in a medical university in Ukraine with hope in my heart and ambition in my eyes. But in 2022, everything changed. The Russian war in Ukraine turned my world upside down. I lost access to my education, my belongings, and for a while I feared I had lost my future. It was one of the lowest points of my life. I felt like I was back to square zero. But then I found refuge. And more than that, I found a home at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff through a merit-based academic scholarship that nearly covered all of my school costs. I found not just financial support, but a place to belong. Despite arriving halfway into the semester, nearly during midterms, due to my documents being stranded in the war-torn Ukraine, and that delayed my ability to travel, UAPB still welcomed me with open arms. And then came another setback. The airline had lost all of my luggages, and not again, UAPB stepped in. Through the Pride Access scholarships, I was able to replace all essential belongings and start anew. And since that moment, I've had a chance to try. I currently pursue dual degrees in registered nursing and chemistry, as well as a minor in biochemistry, while maintaining a 4.0 GPA. I've also represented our university at esteemed conferences and institutions like Microsoft, NASA, Arkansas Embry, Arkansas Bioinformatics Consortium, and have earned statewide recognition and conducted multiple interdisciplinary research around Arkansas. And I've also been honored with multiple awards, academic and scientific. And beyond the classroom, I've served as the Vice President of the nursing class of 2026, advocating for my classmates and the ongoing reform efforts to reaffirm our program's accreditation. If you haven't heard, we just got accepted into candidacy for accreditation by ACEN for the nursing program. And only a total of 6 baccalaureate programs in Arkansas have this status, including UAPB. But this isn't just my story. This campus may be small in size, but it is immense in spirit. UAPB represents students from over 40 countries and over half of the US states and every livable continent on Earth. Well, maybe not Antarctica, but you'll get the point. Our diversity isn't just something that we speak about, it's something we live for. From cultural pride and global awareness to deep African heritage, UAPB radiates richness in tradition, drive, and determination. Whether it's excellence in academics or athletic strength on the field, our students are some of the most hardworking, resilient, and focused individuals I've ever met. I believe in them. I believe in our faculty. I believe in our instructors. I believe in our leadership and administration. I believe in UAPB, and I believe you should too. After graduation, I aspire to work as a registered nurse in the cardiovascular or surgical intensive care unit, caring for the most critical ill patients, such as those undergoing chemotherapy, major surgery, organ transplant, and ultimately I hope to pursue advanced medical education in the field of anesthesiology, whether as a physician scientist or as a doctor of nurse anesthesia practice. And one day, not too far from now, perhaps 2035, or God knows when, I hope to be right here, back on a night like this, not just as a student, but as a proud alumnus, giving back to the same university that once gave me everything. Thank you, UAPB, for being my turning point. Thank you to every donor, faculty member, and supporter here tonight. Your impact runs deeper than you may ever know. God bless you all, and let's go Golden Lions.
2 Kennedys that both want to be doctors. What are the chances, right? Thank you, Kennedy, for those heartfelt words. Your story is truly inspirational. And now, please enjoy a soulful performance by a very talented duo. Alan and Leanne Charlo are the son and daughter-in-law of Chancellor Stewart, and some of you may have had the privilege of hearing them play last year. We are honored to have them join us again tonight. So without further ado, Alan and Leanne Charlo.
I'd like to say that I am also a proud graduate of the University of Arkansas. And I can remember in 1988, however many, 30 plus years ago, I remember being an 8-year-old kid running around on campus. My mother was a social work instructor, social worker, teaching social work classes. And I would be here in the summers every day because either I don't think I could go to my aunt's house at the time. So I would be here on campus, and sometimes I would hit the band outside, or just be getting dirty as an 8-year-old, doing what 8-year-olds do. And through the years, I guess sometime in middle school, I picked up the saxophone, and when I got to high school, there was a talent show. And my theory teacher said, why don't you play this song by Maxwell? It just came out, and Maxwell was just all the rave in the late 90s. So I played this one song my 11th grade year, and that's when I thought I was okay. I was like, I think I'm all right. And there was a picture in my band hall, and it was, they used to have like pictures of all the old band directors and band students, and Mr. Graham was the band director at that school. So I remember, playing and got scholarships and, to go to different places. And my senior year, when I got a scholarship to Tuskegee, we were waiting for the paperwork to come through. Full pay, full ride. And the paperwork never came. And Dr. Stewart was like, you better get something in writing. And I was like, no. So they had a banquet. I got a chance to walk the stage as a recipient of this full scholarship to Tuskegee, and my mama just kept saying, if nothing came in writing, you're going to end up at UAPB. Thankfully, I never got anything in writing. And I ended up at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and I am so glad. It's one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Made lifelong friends. And even, my band director at the time, I think it might have been his 3rd year when I came here, but I got a chance to grow under his leadership, and I also ended up being a band director for 23 years, and everything that I learned as a former teacher of the year, I'm not going to brag like the microbiologist with this one. But all of the accolades and all the things that I got in the last 23 years, I owe that to the university, to my mother, Mr. Graham. I'm glad to see him. And I can consider Mr. Graham a friend. He comes to my school. I think we might have sent almost 100 kids to the university over the last 20 plus years. So here's a song that I played. A song that I played as a junior in high school. And my mom was like, play that song. Because again, I think she was like, I think my son can play. So here we go.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but that was pretty exciting for me. And I feel like there's a lot of exciting things going on. From the construction going on that I'm sure you saw when you arrived, the recent graduation. And so this may be an awkward time after what was said, but I would like to share with you all some exciting news that's happening in my life at this time. I currently serve as Miss Greater Little Rock 2025, and a week from today, I will arrive at our state's beautiful capital and compete for the title of Miss Arkansas 2025. Now, not only will I represent my hometown of Whitehall, Greater Little Rock, but as the sole contestant competing that has attended or currently attends an HBCU, I will be sure to represent University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff with great pride. Thank you all. Now, I'm sure you're tired of me saying it, but I'm going to remind you one more time. There is some delicious food here for you tonight. If you have not indulged yourself in the appetizing selection, please take time to do so. Next, it is my honor to introduce someone whose leadership drives forward the mission of scholarship, growth, and access here at UAPB. Mr. George R. Cotton, Sr., our Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement. Please welcome him to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening. You do a little better than that. Good evening. Thank you, Kennedy, for that. You know what, Chancellor Stewart, I only half jokingly say most of the time that I've got the best job on campus. No disrespect to the Chancellor. But if you've been paying attention and listening to the talent this evening, and even listening to Kennedy talk about her life, and when you listen to the music that's been presented, and when you think about all the people who've come through this great university, one of the things I consistently say is that the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is singularly responsible for helping to build the middle class in Arkansas. Most certainly the black middle class. And when you listen to the stories that these young people told, and when you think about your own journey, Frank Dorsey, you realize why I do have the best job on campus. My job is to work with you to help make sure that these young people continue to live their journey and continue to live a life, quite frankly, that those of us, Vice Chancellor Bennett, who look like us, almost never dreamed of. So thank you for your generosity. I won't be long, but before I get too far into a couple of things I do want to say, I need to recognize a few people, because before the night gets over and gets behind us, I want you to understand the people behind the scenes who make this happen. There are a few vice chancellors in the room that I want to recognize, and I do it for a lot of reasons. One, because we've grown to be friends, but two, because there are two vice chancellors that you tend to see all the time. We're what you call front-facing vice chancellors. In other words, the one who get the spotlight. Vice Chancellor A.D. Robinson. Where is Chris Robinson? Chris, will you stand? Chris is our Vice Chancellor for Athletics and our Athletics Director. Chris you see all the time. He's a freaking superstar. And all of you who know Chris knows that he's a legend. But then there are tons of other Vice Chancellors who do the heavy lifting. Vice Chancellor Bennett, will you please stand? Let's give Vice Chancellor Bennett is our Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Vice Chancellor McGowan, where's Vice Chancellor McGowan? Stand it. Vice Chancellor McGowan is our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Again, I want you to understand who these people are, because these are the people behind the scenes who help these young people along the way. Former trustee Stephen Broughton is in the audience. Dr. Broughton, where are you? I saw you someplace. Former trustee Broughton, again, UAPB alumnus, success story, done well, and I'm proud to say he and his wife are consistent donors. And from my standpoint, that's very important. You will hear more from the Chancellor in a moment, but I want to acknowledge Chancellor Stewart. Chancellor Stewart, thank you for leading us. Thank you for stepping up and stepping in because it is no easy task to lead a university. And for those of you who think it is, talk to Chancellor Stewart. She'll tell you it is not. So thank you so much, Dr. Stewart. Dr. Stewart and I were, and I'm pleased to say we were friends before she became my boss. So that's important. Perry Stuckey does not like for me to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Perry Stuckey, please raise your hand so we'll know. I won't brag too much on Perry except to say in my job I have the opportunity to meet people who've done well and who give back. There's no saying that some people came to do well and stayed too long. Well, Perry isn't one of those. Perry's one of these people who came through the halls of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, went away and did exceptionally well, and now gives back. Thank you, Perry. He also led our search for us, for the university, in identifying our next chancellor as chair of this search committee. A couple more people, and then I'll take a couple of minutes and sit down. I must recognize my team. I tell people all the time, they say, George, you've had some back-to-back fundraising successes here at this university. And I say, yeah, I did, but I've got a great team. And they deserve all the credit. I get the glory, but they get all the credit. Please, the institutional advancement team, John Kirkendall, where's Mr. Kirkendall, our Director of Alumni Affairs, Mary Hester Clifton, our Director of Communications, Libra and the entire advancement team, please stand so you can recognize. They're probably outside working, oh, they're in the back. Thank you to this team. Because of this team, we went from raising roughly $3 million a year for about a decade to back-to-back fundraising years. We went from 3.5 to 6 million, from 6 million to 8 million. Last year, we were knocking on the doors of $11 million. And again, it's because of your generosity and because, quite frankly, Kennedy, you give us good things to raise money for. When Kennedy, the other Kennedy, came to my office maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit more than a month ago, and told me his story. I tell you, it brought tears to my eyes. Not just because of his journey, but because I knew that the University of Arkansas, because of your generosity, would be able to help him. And because of your giving, we're able to help virtually every student who comes into our office and says, we're $1,000 short, or we're $500 short, or we're $2,000 short. And one thing you have to understand is, when a student comes to you and says that they're short, if they have to go home, 67% of the time, they'll never come back. So it's important that you continue to give. For those of you who are thinking about it, saying, oh, well, I don't know. I challenge you tonight, whether you can do it right now, you can go to the website right now, or when you get home, I want you to think about a gift. One of the reasons it's important is because several years ago, and when I say several, I'm talking about in the 70s, there was a professor who came through the halls of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, only taught here for a short time, left, went away, he and his wife moved to Michigan, taught someplace else, left Michigan, went to Connecticut, taught there, left, went away, they bought a couple of hotels, and then John Graham, they bought a couple more hotels, and eventually they had more money than they could spend. Well, he passed away 2 years ago. And then last year, his wife passed away. He had not been back to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff in over 30 years. Libra Roulette, my secret weapon, stand up, Libra. Libra got a call from Reliance Bank, and Reliance Bank says, there's a professor who used to be a professor at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff almost 40 years ago, has died and left the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff in their will. And we want to talk to you about what that gift looks like. Well, Libra and I went over, and as she always does, and if you know Libra has a remarkable personality. She went over and did all the legwork, and I walked in doing what I do, which is to dress up and get the credit. I walked in, and Libra had nailed down a 1 million, I always get a hard time saying it, Libra. Is it 1,004,000? They left us $1,004,000 in their will. Why is that important? It's important because it's a flexible gift. Most of the time, Dr. Stewart, the money we get is targeted. They say it's just for scholarships. This gift is money for scholarships, professional development, faculty and student support, internships, all those wonderful things that universities need, and we can stretch it out over time because it's endowment. That's the sort of giving that people who understand the impact of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, that's the sort of giving that we get. And when you see the young people who come here, you understand the impact that they make. We thank you for your generosity. We thank you for caring enough to make a difference. When you look at the products that we've been able to turn out here as a young boy who grew up picking cotton and chopping beans in the Arkansas Delta, it makes my heart, Dr. McGowan, feels good to know that we're going to leave this university in a good place because you help provide the funding that helps these young people. So continue to give. Your giving makes a difference. Thank you very much for your generosity, and thank you very much for caring.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cotton. And now, to close out our evening, we will hear from a dynamic leader whose vision and commitment help guide our path forward. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Andrea Stewart, Interim Chancellor, for our final remarks.
Good evening. Good evening. Wow, this has been a glorious occasion and one to remember for a lifetime. I just want to thank everyone that came out tonight and to help us celebrate, but it's all about the students. It's all about the students, and I want to give a special shout out and thanks to my son and my daughter and my grandson for coming from Texas and changing their schedule to be here, and also my sister Elaine, my sister Linda, my friend Darlene, and my friend Velma. Thank you for coming, and all of my friends that came to support our students, and the testimonies, the presentations just got to my heart. So one thing we need to do is give back. So when we get older and seasoned and we retire, don't forget about the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And I had some notes, but I had to borrow some reading glasses. I said, just about to, but I'm going to come from the heart. And you look out in the audience and you see our alum, and you see our community partners, and you see some of our representatives and legislators. This is what it's all about. Most HBCUs have to fight to get just basic resources. And we have to get behind our students as they graduate. And internships are so important, so I encourage all of our faculty and administrators to encourage students to have internships. Every discipline should have an internship. And I am returning July 1 back to my position as Provost, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and a change is going to come. And it's going to be all about the students. So again, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Stewart, and thank you all for joining us tonight. As I exit the stage, I would like to humbly ask for your support and best wishes on my future endeavors in my upcoming weeks as I strive to represent UAPB, represent Arkansas, and strive to make our state a better place. I would love to speak with you after the conclusion of the event if you're interested in learning more about me or my career goals or my journey, but be careful because I might talk your ear off. So. But seriously, thank you all once again for your attendance tonight. Your presence, your generosity, and your belief in the power of education make evenings like tonight possible. I'm so proud to be a part of the incredible UAPB family, and tonight proves that the future is truly golden. Please be safe getting home, and have a great night.